Justin and I are going to do a little warm-up exercise that you can build up as you go. So we're going to use the Fatbells. So the idea is if I were to use a dumbbell, and let's just say it's 20 pounds, you might have about half the weight in here, centered out to the middle, and then on this side. So the wrist is taking some support from a lateral position here, and then of course you have that grip, which is great. And then if you think of a kettlebell with the big round bell, that tends to work it on the front and back of the wrist a little bit differently than what a dumbbell would. Plus the exercises are going to be a little more synergistic on a kettlebell versus a dumbbell. But the Fatbells, because you have that kind of that orb around your hand, you have the weight distributed a little bit more evenly on the wrist, so it's a little more practical. If I were to wrap my hand super tight and punch somebody, I want to keep the strength of my wrist supported in a 360 angle to make sure we have maximum security and strength in my whole hand as I do a punch. So Justin and I, we're going to grab a couple of these. We got two different weights. I've got the lighter one. These are about 13 pounds. How much is yours? 18?
18.
So a couple different ones. So I'll have Justin, since he's the big guy, demonstrate with the stronger ones. And then these go up in weight as well. So what's kind of nice about it is you can kind of see that you can see the fist. Now the bigger ones, they have this weight on the bottom, so you won't see your fist through. But we'll just warm up with a few different bicep curls. And like I said, you can do singles, you can do doubles, you can mix it up. But we're just going to do some fundamental exercises. And then from here, Justin and I will demonstrate some uppercuts where we're going to turn the hips a little bit. Make sure we don't whack ourselves. We can pull it down to the hip, kind of like we're pulling with one hand, pulling the person off balance, and we're punching with the opposite hand. That's good there. And then we'll do a few where we're just going to kind of go laterally with the elbow slightly bent. And you can work these into long reps or sets or failure reps, or as many reps as possible, or every minute on the minute. So you can mix all these exercises up. Let's do a little more frontal. Elbow slightly bent. And then now we're going to do some punches. So if we go into one of our Bajang stances and I do a punch and then a cross, you got the weight going down, up, and through. And then we'll do a few on the opposite lead. You feel it all the way through your shoulders. That's good there. And then we're going to do some wrist turns here. So again, because we have a nice circular weight distribution, this is very good for developing natural movement of our wrist to support our hands. And that's good, but we can do hundreds of exercises with these. That's a good little start for the warm-up.